Today in the kitchen, we are preparing Cassie Joy Garcia's sun-dried tomato bacon chicken pasta. Doesn't that sound good? You know, everything, number one, that has sun-dried tomatoes in it is usually very, very good. And then, when you add bacon on top of that, you know it's going to be good because bacon makes everything taste good. Now, so we're going to prepare Cassie Joy Garcia's sun-dried tomato bacon chicken pasta. And we're going to do it right here in the kitchen of Ebony Ivy Thyme. I'm Leona Dooley, and this is Ebony Ivy Thyme. And we're getting started in the kitchen to put together a delicious meal. I was talking to my friend Denise Jordan, and we were talking about Cassie Joy Garcia's new book, which is Cook Once, Dinner Fix. Cook Once, Dinner Fix. And we started thumbing through her book. Oh my goodness, she has some delicious recipes. Well, you know what we ended up doing? We ended up deciding that the two of us would prepare some of the recipes, or at least one of the recipes today, and that we would share that with you. And you know, she is going to prepare today a different recipe from the same cookbook. Now, so when I finish and you finish, then you're going to want to go over to Denise's channel. That's This and That with Denise Jordan. And she's going to have another Cook Once Dinner Fix recipe that she is also preparing today. Now, you know, it's always a good time when you can do things with friends and family. And you know, I'm so happy that you are right here in the kitchen with me. I'm Leona Dooley, and you know that this is Ebony Ivy Thyme. This is where we work hard, we love God and family, and we know without a doubt that everything else is just gravy. I've turned you down so you can see that I'm getting ready to prepare the chicken before it goes into the oven. I also have a pan of bacon. It is 1 pound of bacon that we're going to put both the chicken and the bacon into the oven. And that's going to take care of not just one meal. For me, I'm probably going to get actually 3 meals out of this chicken. If you have a larger family, then you're probably going to you'll probably get 2 meals out of this chicken. But anyway, we're going to get this chicken all seasoned up. And once we've done that, we're going to put it into a 400-degree oven until it's done. Let's get our chicken seasoned, and we're going to start with some salt and pepper. So I've got pink Himalayan salt. Sorry, we've got some construction going on next door, and it's going to be just a bit noisy, but you know, we want to make sure we have good seasoning. I've got pepper. Make sure my chicken's nice and seasoned. You know, we need that pepper to give us the taste we need, because chicken doesn't come seasoned. You know, I think it was Emerald who used to always say, you know, things don't come seasoned. We have to do that. So we have salt and pepper. I'm going to add a little bit of paprika to my chicken because I know it's going to give it good color. Not that that may be necessarily important tonight, but it will be overall, and it's going to add to the seasonings. We're going to do both sides. So there's our paprika. I'm going to add a little pepperoncino. That pepperoncino is red pepper flakes. And that's not to make it spicy. That's just to add more flavor. Okay, so our pepperoncino, keep that handy. And we also have garlic powder. So I'm going to sprinkle a little garlic powder. There we go. All right, I'm going to give these a flip, and we're going to do the other side. Let's turn them over. Thank you. Let's get that done. You know what? I think I'm going to use my fingers. That's a lot faster. And got a little bit of moisture down in there, but that's okay. Chicken's going to be fine. Like I said, I'm going to put this on a 400-degree oven and let these bake, as well as the bacon. I'm going to wash my hands and come back and finish up the seasoning. Powder. Okay, our paprika. I don't know how many of you are ready for the holiday, but you know what? We are looking at our shelves, making plans for what we're going to do. We say this is our salt, as you can see. We want to start setting those menus. Now I can tell you, for the month of November, I'm going to need to do frequent shopping. That frequent means probably once a week, because I hardly ever go multiple days in a week, at least not at this point in time in my life. But most of the time, I do it weekly, and a little more pepperoncino. And I don't know about you, when I worked, I didn't have time to run in and out of the grocery store every day. And even being at home, a stay-at-home wife at this point, I don't have time to go every day, and nor do I want to. And especially with our current state of affairs, do I want to go in and out of the grocery store too frequently. All right, we have our seasoning on our chicken. My oven is on 400. I'm going to flip these back over so that the skin is at the top and they can get nice and crispy, because I do like the skin to be crispy. And we will be ready to bake that chicken. I'll tell you down in the description box exactly how long it took. I'm going to give you a reference for Cassie Joy's recipe, because this book you're going to want. It's a great book, has a lot of information. It's set up so that you can get 2 meals out of, once you prepare your protein, then you got an opportunity for 2 meals, or you can feed a large group. So the chicken and bacon are going into the oven. Let's do that.
I'm taking the bacon off of the pan, and you'll notice that I had put it on parchment. I think because it was just regular sliced bacon, it was a little harder to get up. But you know, I'm determined, so that bacon's coming up because it's going to be crumbled anyway. So we're going to get that done. And the chicken is still in the oven.
I am so glad that you've come with me on this journey. And I hope that if you're not a part of this family, that right now you're going to go down in the description box and you're going to check that subscribe button. Don't wait. Do it now. Check the subscribe button. And you know, if you have any other favorites of Cassie Joy Garcia's, please list it down in the comments section so that the rest of us can take a look, and we might even decide to do some of those. Now, this is a great dish to have during that holiday period, you know, pre-Thanksgiving, because you're going to be focused on Thanksgiving Day and you'll want things that you can prepare and have ready to go. This is also something that you're going to want during the holiday time, Christmas time, or whatever holiday that you celebrate in the month of December with your family and friends. This is a great dish to be able to put together. And it's also a fantastic dish that if you happen to have a church supper, then this is one of those dishes you're going to want to do. Now, because everybody's going to love it. And you're going to sit back and smile sweetly because you're going to find that, yes, it's delicious, but it didn't take forever to do. So, let's continue.
The skin on this chicken is so crispy. It feels like you fried it. And you know what? I'm really sorry that I have to take it off the pan and chunk it up and take the skin off, put it away. What I'm going to do with the skin is to actually just put it into a Ziploc bag, save the bones and any gristle there may be, and I'm going to use that for some chicken broth. And so just to flavor the chicken broth anyway. But we want to get this chicken off the pan. We want to break the chicken up. I'm using scissors to cut it up. I'm going to take half of the chicken and I'm going to cube it for tonight. The rest of the chicken, I'm just going to remove the skin, remove the bones and whatever, and put it into a Ziploc bag for meal number 2. Cooking once, dinner fix.
While the chicken thighs were cooking in the oven, I prepared a pot of chicken stock. And I used some breasts that I had left over and just put them in the pot with a bunch of vegetables that I had in the freezer. And so I've got a little cup here of stock I'm going to be using in our dish that we're preparing tonight with our sun-dried tomatoes. On the stove, I've got water that I'm waiting to boil, and I'm going to go ahead and prepare the pasta. Now, the instructions say to cook the pasta for, let's see, we want al dente, and it says to boil it for about 11 minutes. I think I'm even going to cut it back to maybe about 9 to 10 minutes. And then that way I can put it into the pot where it's going to mix and eventually go into the oven. We're going to take a little twist on this. Now, you all know I never do a recipe totally straight. And I'm not starting today. Okay, so this is where I'm veering off. Get ready to go. Stay with me. Now, according to the recipe, we are supposed to put the pasta in the bowl, put the chicken in it, sprinkle it with the bacon, and pour the sauce over it, and have like a pasta bowl. But I've decided it's going to actually be somewhat of a casserole. And what we're going to do is that we're going to mix the pasta, the chicken, the bacon. We're going to put the sauce in there. Going to sprinkle it with a little Parmigiano. And we're going to put it in the oven for a few minutes so everything can get nice and bubbly and toasty. And we're going to pull it out. And that sun-dried tomato bacon chicken pasta is going to make you eat 2 servings rather than 1. Now, while I have you right here, and before we get into this pasta deal, I want you to remember that when we finish our dish right here, I want you to hop on over to Denise at This and That, because she's preparing one of these cook once dinner fix meals too. And you're going to want to see what she's doing and if she kicked her recipe up just a little touch. That's all we're doing, just a little touch. You know, everybody's got to put their own little fingerprint in it, and that's what we've done. So, a sauna bath and into the water. There we go. Pasta is ready. Now, I washed out the same pot that I prepared the broth in and that I cooked the pasta in. And now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to add, first of all, about half of that pasta back into the container. And we're going to do that hopefully without losing any of it. So I'm going to add about half, because I want enough for the 2 of us, and I want to have some to save for another night. Now, that's about half of that pasta. Now, I'm going to put in some chicken. And, you know, you have to look at it. You know how many people you have in your family. And once you start to stir it around, stir that chicken around, you can see how the pasta and the chicken are going to work together, and whether or not you have enough of the chicken or enough of the pasta. I'm going to add just a little more. We like ours a little more chickeny. Okay. I wasn't sure if it would take all of that or not. Okay, I'm using this as my mixing bowl. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to crumble most of this bacon. And in fact, I'm going to get that same pair of scissors and I'm going to cut some bacon in. I have some little pieces, but I think if I cut it, it may turn out a little better. Okay? Okay, I'm going to add the bacon in, that crumbled pound of bacon, the entire pound. Add that in. Give all of that a toss as well. So that's the chicken, that's the bacon. I had even thought of maybe throwing some spinach in if we wanted to put something green in. I think it would work. We could just put that spinach in there and it would really be very pretty. Okay, so we've got chicken, we've got bacon, we've got pasta. Now I'm stirring our sauce just a little bit that we put together earlier. I'm going to add that sauce in. Now I did not blend mine because we like the sun-dried tomatoes whole. So I'm going to get my spoon again. You can see we've got our pasta, we've got our chicken, we've got our sun-dried tomatoes, our creamy mixture is coming together. Now the only thing that I'm going to add that Cassie didn't mention is that at the end I'm going to spread Parmesan cheese on top,
because I want this to be a very pretty, very hot dish. So I'm going to add all of this into my skillet. Okay, everything's out of there. Get my spoon, get everybody in place. Now you know I had to voice over this particular portion because when you're eating, you should not talk. So I am just enjoying every mouthful of this delicious sun-dried tomato bacon chicken pasta. Oh my goodness, it's delicious, and I do hope you're going to try it very soon or somewhere close to the holidays that are coming. Now, right now, as we finish up, I want you to go down in the description box and you're going to find the link to Denise's recipe because she's cooking up something absolutely delicious from Cook Once Dinner Fix for you.
Thank you for coming to the kitchen of Ebony Ivy and Thyme, because you know I always love having you around the table because that's what's important. We're building families, girding up friends, and we're doing it right here around our dinner table. Now, we want to prepare good meals, and that's not saying that a good meal has to be one that keeps you in the kitchen all day. We're learning that good meals are those meals that we can put together and we can do it nightly. How about that? Stay with me, stay tuned, because each week, twice a week, I'm going to share with you some great dishes that you're going to want to do. Serve to your family, tweak it yourself, play around with it, and have fun right here in the kitchen. Now, come back because those holiday meals are getting ready to roll, and we are going to have them coming at you so fast you're going to go, wow, how many more holiday dishes can you come up with? Well, just you wait and see. Blessings to you and yours. I'll see you soon right here at Ebony Ivy and Thyme with Leona Dooley.